Good morning, good morning. Before we get started, let me just go ahead and mark some stuff that I forgot. So if I go back to the hourly, I would like to mark the midnight open, which is right here. Not that it's necessary for today because we're not trading the gold drilling. I would, however, like to see where, in terms of where it is, we do expect price to retest it or something. Okay. Alright. Let me just go ahead and get this link posted before I get started with the analysis for today. Alright. I do believe my stream is about a 2-second delay. Sorry, I had to mute for 1 second. Okay, so today we are bearish. As you can see, market has been going up mostly, and we had this consolidation before the push higher right here, and it's failing to stay above this. So in 5 minutes, we would like to see it going up. It already closed above the 5-minute high right there, right? So we just want any engulfing candles, right? And let me go ahead and check the news for today. We have USD news at 8:30. Okay. So let me go ahead and post this link and let's see what happens today. Okay. Once we get people joining in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to review what we're looking for in the next 4 minutes, and I'll also look at the gold morning delight on gold. We'll see how the morning delight has done as well overnight. But as far as today, we just want a bearish engulfing, right? Above the 50%, right? Someone did suggest, why don't I just take a trade without engulfing, right? Assuming we don't take any engulfing candles, and instead we take the signal on the 28 0.28, right? Let me see if it will show 0.28 and 0.72. So basically they suggested, why don't I take the trade anywhere in the 0.28 and take profit at the 0.72. This is something I could look into to see the results, but I like the engulfing because we kind of know where we're gonna put the stop loss, right? So if we were just taking it anywhere in the 0.28, right, where would we put the stop loss? At the high? And then take profit at this, so it's not a 2R, quite a 2R, but if we took it at 8:20, or if we have news, we took it after news, and we used the previous high, right? Maybe we could be getting some decent trades and we move break even at 0.5, something like this. I don't know, it's something I would have to look into, because the reason why they suggested this was because over the past few days we've noticed we have, let me go ahead and change this, but over the past few days, this is the midnight open by the way if anybody didn't notice, but over the past 2 weeks, we've seen price go without us, right? We've seen price go without us for multiple days in a row. And that is something I will check and we'll look into, but for right now, we're not going to change the entry because we've had a really good month, right? So there's no need to change it. Sorry if you hear my dogs. I mean, this month has been more quiet than other months. Okay, so we're at 820, right? I usually don't take, if this is an engulfing right here, I'm not going to take this one here because the stop loss has to be above here. So I'm not going to take this engulfing, but let me go ahead and make sure that my broker is up and my magic members has been reset. Okay, we have news in 10 minutes. Have to be aware of that too. And yeah, we're just waiting. So this is not the signal, right? Because your stop loss has to be previous swing, which would be up here, and I think that's too much of a big stop loss, especially since we have news coming up. Maybe we wait until news is over before we take any trades, but this would be the trade set up like this, so we don't want that. And as you can see, it's shooting up already. That's why I didn't take that, but hopefully the news does not drive this up, because this morning, yeah, we have news in 10 minutes. We have to be really careful how we trade this. I've also noticed this month the trade setups have not worked as well on days where there was news at 8:30, like really high impact news at 8:30. Like for example, this week, the only trade we got and won, we only got one trade, right? But it was a day where we didn't get news, which is not common, you know. It's not common for us to only get one trade. Well, for me to only get one trade. I didn't trade on Monday, so so yeah. One thing I do want to mention is, let me go ahead and look at, I want to keep looking at this because we already broke the 5-minute high and closed above it, right? So any engulfing candle is a signal for us. But with news coming up, I don't really want to take a trade right before news because it might wick us out and then continue going the right direction. But I will get my magic keys ready to take a trade. I'll just have it opened on my chart just in case we get like a engulfing or something. Then okay, so once that's ready, let us go to, alright, so we just need a bearish engulfing, right? Now so here's the thing, remember that yesterday's trade here was in London, And maybe in New York you had another trade set up, right? Let's see. Yeah, in New York you probably had another trade set up, but it didn't come until either this candle right here. I think it was this candle, which you would have profited if you took it. But then today it's actually bullish, right? And I'm not gonna go too much into detail on a YouTube video, but it's actually bullish today. So we don't have the same bias. Yesterday for our gold miner we had a bearish bias and the morning delight was bearish. Today it is actually opposite. So today we are bullish on the morning delight. So there is going to be days where you might take opposite signal for the morning delight, and it had a signal already, which the first signal was around here, right? Let me go back with the replay right here just so I could look at what happened. Okay, so yeah, so you could either take the signal right here or right here, and so you take it at the candle close with stop loss at the bottom here, and profit is 2R. So the first signal would have been, obviously I do believe it was a win, right? And let me see our gold mine. Okay, we still don't have a trade. And let's go back to the morning delight. Okay, so now on the morning delight as well, we might get a signal here because we have another breach. So one of the key factors we look into is right here, right? We have a breach right here, and now we just need news to show us, because on the stochastics this is already overbought, right? But we don't care about if it's overbought or not. Okay, you're not looking at the stochastics to see if it's overbought or not. You're clearly just looking to see if the blue line is above the orange or the orange is above the blue. For this specific trade, guys, if you want to take this trade right here, I would suggest, sorry about that, I had to close some apps. Okay, by the way, if you hear that, that's my Telegram. But anyway, right here, let me look at, okay, so we still don't have a trade on our 1 minute, but so I could continue talking about the morning delight. So what are we waiting for right now? We are waiting for the blue stochastic line to be above the orange. Now this is not enough. To see that it's crossing is not enough, because we know indicators repaint or they lag, correct? We can all agree to that. So I need first of all I need this candle to close, right, to show that it's crossing, and then I need another candle to close up where the blue line is above the orange. So that's why we don't get in early. If I go back here, look, this candle was the candle that crossed over, right? But we didn't take it on this candle, even though it was a bullish engulfing, all that stuff. This candle here confirmed the blue is above the orange. So this candle here could have been the one you took, okay? And then obviously this one here, if you really wanted to make sure, and it was profitable. So in terms of right now, what the market is doing right now, we are on the first stage to see, because news can drive this all the way down and we don't get a setup. So that's why we're not taking it when this candle closes. Now if I go back to the 1 minute chart, we're bearish today, right? So we have two different strategies telling us to do two different things. Which one would you do? I don't know. It just depends on what you want to do, you know? So both of them are not perfect, okay? They're not perfect systems. One of them is gonna fail. And in this case, both of them could win as well, where price goes up, but then it gives us a bearish engulfing on the 1 minute and it pulls back and wins a 1 minute trade, but on the 15 minute it could still be really bullish, okay? So we may get a signal for this right here, for the morning delight, probably in the next 15 minutes if the next candle ends bullish as well. We have news in 1 minute. By the way, on Monday, Monday we do have odd news at midnight, AUD. Okay, so here's the news release, and it's bullish. Okay, so today might be a really strong bullish day. Okay, because we know whenever price does this. Okay, so here's another thing we saw this month. Whenever price starts off really strong bullish, and then after 8 a.m. it goes above the open, it may continue driving higher, okay? So maybe this is not a day we get a signal for regular trading. We may still get a signal, right? But it's very highly unlikely, and this right here might confirm to us that we are bullish. We'll see how this goes here. But if we do get a trade, keep in mind that our stop loss has to be down here. So we'll see at the end of this candle here, and our take profit would be 2R. So we'll see. So price went from 56 to 61. Okay. We have on the 15 minute we may get another signal. This weekend I will be releasing 3 videos, okay? Video 1 will be the regular strategy for the morning delight. Video 2 will be actually maybe video 1 will be the criteria to find the bias. Video 2 will be how to enter the trades, and then video 3 will be the back test, and we'll probably do like a whole month of back test, probably. We'll see, but it's on a 15-minute chart, so it doesn't happen every day. Okay, you don't get trades every day, because some days you're really confused. Maybe you don't really understand which way you should be trading, but it's pretty simple, and it's very profitable so far. Let's see, we have price is still trading. It's still bullish on this day here. So today is still bullish regardless of what this candle does. Now it may flip back, as you can see here. It may flip back, which will still be bullish, but we're not going to take any bullish signals on this here. We still need, if this candle closes this low, we still need another bullish candle to enter a trade, because we need, first of all, we need it to cross, right? And for it to cross, it has to end bullish, and then we need one more candle. On a 1 minute now, we're looking for a bearish engulfing. What I would like to see, the type of engulfing I want to see is, let me show you guys. I would like to see this type of engulfing right here. So there's multiple types of engulfing, right? There's this type of body engulfing, right? Where it's just the body, but overall the candle is still an inside bar, right? So this right here, let me see if I can I put like a, maybe, okay, so there's this kind of, let me go back here. Okay, there's this kind, then there's this kind of engulfing, right? Where it doesn't break the high, but it broke the low. The body closed below the low. And then there's, I need another engulfing type. Okay, actually we may get a signal here if this goes down lower. So let's see guys, we might have an entry here. Yeah, I'll look to take it next candle if it comes back up a little bit. I think it's gonna move too fast maybe. Let's see. I'm waiting to see. I'm not taking it yet. I would like to see an entry above the open. This moved too quick. Even if you were fast enough, I don't think you got this. Okay, I'm in the trade here. If it, oh, it might be a quick loss here. Let's see. Let me move it up a little bit so we don't get stopped out by spreads. I'm in the trade, guys. We may get stopped out quick because of the news volatility is still a thing. But I entered, let me see if I can show you where I entered. I entered like right there. Stop loss is just 2 pips above the high, and take profit is obviously going to be a 2R. This is moving too quick. We may get stopped out. I'm not sure. But I'm in the trade regardless. So it's a valid entry, and this is the type of entry I was looking for anyway. If we get stopped out, I'm probably not going to take another trade here. Let's see. The news release is really affecting our trade right now. I do believe because of news that happened, maybe is like news wants to be negative, but look at this momentum. Anything can happen, right? So if it loses, it loses. We don't care what it does. Here it might stop us out. The spreads are 2 pips, right? So I do believe I'm gonna get stopped out here. The reason why I say I'm going to get stopped out, we might get stopped out, is because if it's moving like this, spreads are gonna go higher, right? And if even if it goes just a little bit towards stop loss, it will stop us out. Overall, this thing does look like it wants to go lower. I think we took the trade perfect. You know, we had a good entry. This is the type of engulfing I was trying to explain that we want, where it wicked above the previous candle and then closed below. So this is a good engulfing for the trade. But we'll see how it does. Are you guys in, by the way? Win or lose, it was pretty much a good trade, I think. It was a valid entry, and it was a valid entry for sure. It was a good setup as well, you know, because it's off news rejecting. Obviously, news does not want to create a new high, and then it creates this engulfing. So this trade is a good setup. It just needs a really big push down, maybe below these lows, and I think we'll be good. But doesn't look like it wants to do that. Oh, maybe it does. Let's see. So far, so good. Okay. Let's see. Is this past 1R? Yeah, it's past 1R. I'm moving stops to break even. Oh, why is my trade setup is 3R? Let me move my take profit to 2R. For some reason, it's at 3R. Maybe a little bit lower. Okay. So here we need one more big push down, and maybe we will get the TP to hit. I don't know, my stops are moved to break even already, so I'm not too worried about the trade losing anymore. More like I'm just waiting now to see what price wants to do. It is touching the lows here, so we're just waiting. It could react off these lows, right? You have this right here, something like this. It could touch here and then bounce up. It could do whatever it wants, really, you know. And if you just minimize this to the last lows, it still hasn't touched it, so it still has a chance to keep going lower. But my stops are break even right now, so it doesn't really matter what it does, right? It's a 1-to-1 right now. If it hits break even, then it's whatever. Looks like it's pushing into this imbalance, and looks like it may break even here. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like we may get break even depending on how this candle closes. Maybe if it closes above the imbalance, then most likely we hit break even, right? If it closes above here, then the next candle may swing up and then hit break even. Still 8 seconds left in this candle. Okay. This is a good sign, but let's see. This may be a reversal point. We'll see. How many of you are in the trade? Did you get in? Did you manage to get in? And if so, did you get out down here, or are you holding? I'm still holding. I'm not getting out. I don't care if it hits break even or not. I obviously would like the trade to win. You skipped it? Okay. Understandable. It has high volume, so I would understand if you skipped it or you couldn't get in, or you felt like it may hit stop loss really quick, so you just decided to sit out. Especially if you're already profitable for the week, then there's really no reason to, if you're not feeling comfortable trading today, there's no reason to force a trade. This thing does look like it wants to hit break even, but anything can happen. It's very volatile today, as you could see. 1 minute it's almost hitting stop loss, next minute it's dropping down. I don't know what it wants to do anymore. Look at this. Once this trade finishes, I will talk about the gold. Well, actually, we could just talk about this now. You see, so this did not confirm the trade as the stochastic. So this is why I like using the stochastics, right? We use the stochastics not as a what do you call it? An indicator to take the trade, or like a signal. We use it more of an indicator, what it's meant to do, which is just tell us which way the momentum is going. Now obviously I could see it by myself, right? But I use the stochastics as an indicator because sometimes it could be bullish, but it could be bearish on the stochastics, right? So like this whole day, this morning since London session, it's been bullish, right? So we could say it's still bullish, but on the stochastics right now it shows that it's bearish. So we don't have a signal on this yet. If we do get a signal before I stop the stream, then we'll see. So it's made a double bottom right here, which it's reversing from this area right here and this area technically. This thing could end up going higher here. It's consolidating right. So it's moving from right here based off this area right here. Usually the third touch, either the second or the third touch, it pushes up. But if it comes down more than 3 times, then it's failing. It's not going to hold this. And who knows, this could be a fake out to anybody who's buying this area right here. But the problem is it could go up, hit here, it could go up, even go higher, and then continue dropping. So even though I don't think this is gonna hold, I still do think we could get stopped out at break even before we hit TP, because our TP is like 50%, just a little lower than 50% of this area right here of consolidation. And yeah, we're making our way up. See, so it could be bouncing off to even go higher, or to retest this area right here, maybe even this area up here. Okay, so we got stopped out at break even. So this trade was pretty much a break even trade for me. I do believe it is strong bullish now. If it continues going past maybe this area right here, closes above here, then we could see it go higher. On a 15-minute chart, we do see that it's made an engulfing, right? So if it stops as a strong engulfing, it may continue driving higher, which we will get a 15-minute signal. I will watch this for the next 2 15-minute candles. One thing I don't really understand is the spreads on some brokers. Like right now, gold has less than what do you call this? So this trade here actually has like a little, it didn't close out exactly at break even. It closed out a little bit in loss, like not even 0.5%, like maybe 0.2 or 0.1. For some reason, because it spiked up, it had a slippage on the close, but that's okay. Anyway, on the 15-minute chart, we have this going on. If it gives us one more signal, I mean one more candle that, so if this candle crosses, we need one more candle before we take the signal, and our stop loss will be the low. And obviously our take profit is going to be, example, if we get a trade right here, stop loss is going to be right at the low, and take profit will be, let's see, 2R, like that. That's what we're hoping for, but next candle may be a little bit higher, right? So we may end up going something like this. The only time you're going to exit this trade is if it's not hit take profit by, let's say, 4 p.m. or 3 p.m., then you could just exit if it's at a break-even point or loss. Let's see what the daily is doing. The daily honestly looks like it could reverse, right? Because we had such a strong bearish day. It could do something like this, where it had this big bearish. It wasn't really big, but like this, and then look what happened the next day. It went up, but then it completely dropped. Something like this too, where it had a big bullish day and then it went down and completely reversed. So on a weekly we have, it's pretty much nothing, right? 4 hour, it could continue up, filling the gap, right? On a 1 hour chart, yeah, it could continue driving higher to fill this gap right here. So we have multiple things it could be doing. Let's look at the 1 minute. Well, actually we'll go to the 1 minute here. So the master account that I'm using is my Forex fund, and it looks like my stop loss had a slippage of like 40 cents on gold, which was around a 0.2, because my stop loss was 1956.51, which was break even. Well, it was a little bit better than break even, but it actually exited at 1956.96, which is about a 0.45, so almost half a dollar. But because the stop loss was already big, the half a dollar was only like 0.2% loss, which it probably should have exited earlier than that, but it's okay. Okay, I'm not sure what happened, but it reconnected for some reason. Anyway, I was saying that, give me one moment. Alright, for some reason, the stream lagged out twice. It gave another engulfing right here. Obviously I didn't take this one, but I'm not sure if this is the one, but if it does come down here, it's probably gonna keep going down. I'm still waiting. I'll probably wait one more candle after this. If this candle ends bullish, if this candle does not end bullish here, or at least engulfing, I would like to see it close above here. It has less than 10 seconds left. If not, then I'll just probably send the signal in Discord. Okay, so I'm not sure if we'll get a trade, guys, but looks like this engulfing here is working out. Let's take a look at, if you entered right here, your stop loss has to be this high here, because that's the last swing high. Take profit is about the same as previous. I do believe this one is going to work out this time. I don't think it's going to hold this level here. I didn't get in because my stream was reconnecting for some reason, so I couldn't really see the chart. I was trying to explain something. It's going to act like it's actually going to reverse, and then it's going to drop. So today is pretty much a skip for me, right? Well, break even or small little loss, but alright. Yeah, here it goes down now. It's probably going to hit take profit now. It filled this gap that it was creating, and then it touched this gap here, this imbalance. So I don't see it going above here anymore. Yeah, I couldn't take this. I don't know. I mean, overall the week is still profitable, so it's fine. It's probably like a 1.8% profit or 1.7%. And I do believe so it's about, it's about almost 2. Alright guys, I think we'll call it a day here, because 15-minute is not going to give us a signal yet. If it does, I'll let you guys know, but the trade for the 15-minute was over here. I'm probably going to close it out after this here hits TP. I want to see if this engulfing would have hit TP. Yeah, so it looks like this one would have hit TP. So it had one signal here that basically broke even. It couldn't hit 2R. And then it gave another signal right here that went down and hit TP. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for the day. I'll catch you guys on Monday. Well, actually, I'm going to be recording videos for you guys that are in Discord. And for the rest of you, I will catch you on Monday. We have some news on Monday, so we'll have quite a bit of trades going on. I'll catch you guys then. And if you have any questions, just message me on Telegram. I'll talk to you guys later.